Good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is terrific Tuesday, thankful Tuesday. All those T words, trusting Tuesday. Good morning, Brandy, Pat Moss, Julie Kiss, Deirdre. Good morning, good morning. Oh, thank you for sharing it. I just finished doing that before I came on. And so now, let's do the heart brain. Let's go into our hearts. So hand on the heart, we slow down the breathing, adding in love as the secret ingredient. We're going to do that 2 more times. Breathe in deeply into the heart, as deeply as you can take that breath in. And then release it with love. Put a smile on your face. And this time, call somebody into your heart, just like you would go up to a friend and embrace them. Bring that person in with your warm hug. Bring them right into your heart. Give them a heart hug and say, thank you for being in my life. Thank you, I love you. That's one of the best things you can do for somebody, is to give them that heart hug. They'll feel it. No matter where they are, they'll know that somebody held them warmly in their thought and in their heart. And we have Sally and Tony with us this morning. That's a big yay for me. Hello. Hope Wellington Marshall, so good to see you, and thank you for your help yesterday, Hope, and letting me know where one of the errors are in the 333 book. If you don't have yours yet, oh my gosh, the messages in here are so amazing. Good morning, Charlie. Thank you, Julie. And calling Linda Lemieux into your heart hug. I love that. Thank you for doing that, Deirdre. And Brandy gave Tony De La Rosa a heart hug. Love it. Good morning, Catherine Kovacs. Well, I gave my friend Autumn a heart hug. I have asked for prayers for a friend of hers and asked that he be put in the grid. His name is Ben, and he was unfortunately the victim of a mindless shooting that happened last night just for no reason. And so he is not doing well, and I want to send lots of healing his way. I went to bed praying for him last night. All right, so it's Tuesday. It's time to give some gratitude. Who and what are you grateful for? And if there's a why, there's a have to be. If there's a why, just let that person know. Show some appreciation. Good morning, Blue Jean, and there's Auntie Jean. You had to look for me again. I'm pretty sure I shared it out to people this morning, so you should have gotten a message in your messenger. Thank you, Brandy. Good morning, Brookie. It is a great morning. It's a great day to have a great day. I started a little bit late because, where is she? She's back there on the couch. She took her sweet time outside this morning, and I kept telling her, the peas are waiting, the peas are waiting. It didn't matter. Everything's about her. It's her world. Not yet, Miss Hope, but I did have some miracles happen yesterday. And today I'm going to just go in person down to a local office here and see if I can get some things straightened out. Good morning, Sherry. Tony's tests were not good. We will know more in 2 weeks. Asking for hugs for her at this time. Hugs are magic. Hugs are certainly magic. I agree with that. Well, it is story time. If you want the story today, I know I started a little late, but I have time to do it if you have time. Thank you, Deirdre. We're always grateful for you as well. And do we have our Andrea on? I always ask when I get ready to read the story because I know how much she appreciates it being read. And Deirdre, I know you appreciate it being read because it's just easier for some people, right? But I love the message. And who just came in? Kathy Hand. Good morning, Kathy. The message is, if somebody call Andrea in, then we can have her hear it. The message is called Obstacles Are Just Stair Steps. And I think the angels gave this to me, but I know it's for anybody that wants to take it for your own and resonate with it. If you believe it will work, you'll see opportunities. If you believe that it won't, you'll see obstacles. That's a quote from Wayne Dyer. I have learned that our beliefs shape the patterns we see, the colors we feel, and the journey we embark upon. Dr. Dyer taught us this simple yet profound truth, which speaks to the core of spiritual growth and personal transformation. Our beliefs are like lenses through which we view the world. When we look through the glasses of optimism and faith, our vision is clear to spot the myriad opportunities that life offers. Imagine walking into a garden. If you believe in the beauty of growth and renewal, you'll not see just the blooming flowers, but also the potential in the seeds beneath the soil. However, if you wear the lenses of doubt and cynicism, the same garden might appear as a battleground of thorns and weeds. Here, every step is fraught with danger, every plant a potential obstacle. It's not the garden that changes, it's the perspective through which you view it. One of my favorite teachings from Dr. Dyer is when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Dear angels, in its most potent form, faith is not merely a passive hope, but an active force that shapes our reality. When we believe that something will work, we engage with the world in a way that invites possibilities. Our actions, driven by this belief, become more aligned with success, and we are more likely to take risks, explore new paths, and persist through challenges because our faith is in the outcome and fuels our resilience. How do we increase our faith when we're facing the trials that life presents us with? Dear ones, consider the parable of the mustard seed from the teachings of Jesus. It's not the size of the seed, but the belief in its potential that allows it to grow into a mighty tree. Similarly, your belief in your dreams, goals, or even the goodness of life can transform the smallest beginnings into something magnificent. On the other hand, when you believe something won't work, you often set up your own barriers. This mindset can make you see every challenge as an insurmountable obstacle, every delay as a defeat. Yet this is where spiritual practice can shift your perception. By cultivating a belief in a higher purpose, in the universe's plan, or in your own strength, you can begin to see obstacles as opportunities for growth, learning, and transformation. Spiritual teachings from many different masters share that trials are not punishments, but rather opportunities for spiritual refinement. We encourage you to see obstacles as merely the prelude to greater achievements, and the catalyst is looking at them through the eyes of belief. The angels whisper, by choosing to believe in the possibility of success, in the benevolence of life, and in your own potential, you open yourself up to a world where every step is an adventure, every challenge a lesson, and every moment an opportunity for growth. Choose to believe, for in belief lies the power to transform not just your life, but the world around you. Dear angels, today I promise to keep believing. If you were here yesterday, we did Manifesting Monday. We're going to do that every Monday. And that key to manifesting is belief. The quote that I love to go to is, you'll see it when you believe it. You'll see it when you believe it. So to manifest, to have that life that you dream of, the way you want it, the way you see it happening, whether that's wealth, health, friends, whatever it may be, careers, believe it. Believe it in your heart that it's real. Hold on to it and let go of the resistance, let go of that struggle energy, because that's what's keeping you apart from the miracle. And Auntie Jean says, I've been taught that very recently. We do create our own life, one thought at a time. So what's that thought going to be? That's your question to ask. Am I getting what I'm thinking? Look at that. Look at the patterns in your life. If you go down that rabbit hole of defeat and I don't know how this is going to happen, well, guess what? We don't have to work out the hows. We just have to have the belief. We don't have to know every detail. And that's where we go off the path sometimes. We think we have to do it. We try to force it to happen. Stop. Just stop it and go back into your heart and say, okay, I believe this is happening. I believe this is going to come to fruition. And then watch. Just watch prayers get answered. I had a huge, huge prayer get answered yesterday. And all I did was say, I don't know how this is going to happen, but I'm having faith and trust, and I believe that I am taken care of by the angels. Brookie, I'm so incredibly thankful for this house again and again. The basement is so grounding and comforting. I understand why Blue's Grid is in the basement. Yeah, you're closer to the earth and you're closer to just bringing in that energy of just not knowing, just staying very present. Just go with the flow. That's right, Sally. All right, so Kuan Yin says, it's never too late. If you have forgotten who you are, know that your true self has not gone away and never will. Underneath every layer of conditioning, under all twisting and turning and trying to fit into some shape to please others, your true self remains true, ready and waiting to rise up in original gorgeousness and glory. It is never too late for you to choose to be you. It's never too late. Never, ever, ever give up. Never give up. That's what I've been holding on to lately. Let me get rid of the thunder. We don't need thunder. We need birds. There we go. We have a sweet little bird talking to us now. But the point is, we can be given a challenge. It can present itself Maybe we had a thought about it and all of a sudden there it is. Or maybe it's just one of our life lessons. What do we do? Do we respond? Do we react? Do we go down that rabbit hole of, I knew it, I knew this was going to happen? Or do we say, okay, this is just a little pebble in the way. It's not a big mountain. It's just something that's surmountable. It's something that if I believe with that grain of mustard seed, then the miracles are going to happen to move it out of the way. And that's what happened with me yesterday. It's not completely off the path yet, but I did have a miracle happen that is going to allow me to keep going in the angel mobile for now. so I'm very grateful for benefactors and grateful for those who believe in the mission enough to help it keep moving along the way. So when I opened the new book, the 333 this morning, I know this message was for me, but I want to share it because I think it's important for all of us to hear this particular message. So when life changes in unexpected ways and you find yourself thinking that you have ended up in a totally different landscape, take heart. You are being led somewhere beautiful, somewhere new, somewhere that will reveal the fullness of who you are. Trust in your guides and trust in the journey. You are exactly where you are meant to be. A wise woman once said, everything is working perfectly. Wisdom, like miracles, come when you need it, not necessarily when you want it. So anyone who wants to highlight that or make a note in the back of the book, which is now part of these tiny books, there's a space for notes, and you can write down any page that grabs you, any message that you see that you want to remember to go to. This is on page 18, the one that I just read, the one that I know. I'm like, I hear you, Angel. I hear you loud and clear that when there's a shift and a change and something happens that was not anticipated, I just know that it's a shift that's happening for my own best and highest good. So we can all take that to heart whenever there's something coming up that changes for you. Just go to that page 18 and read it. If you have the little book, and if you don't have the little book, then we read the messages out of it. So you'll get some of it, but you won't get the energy of holding this book. This book is magic. I'm telling you, it really is. When I look at it, I just see such love from the angels. And everything that's in here are messages from the angels. And I was guided to dedicate this book to my sister Billy. I wrote about that on social media yesterday. My sister Billy, thank you all for praying for her and lifting her and asking how she's doing and really caring about this wonderful person. Billy has, of course, been in my life my whole life because she's 5 years older than me. And I just really felt a heart tug to dedicate this book to her this year. And I'd like to read that dedication. There's some of you who may not have the book yet. But it says, this book is dedicated to my sister, Billy Hawkins. So many times I think of what a huge impact you had on my life and the strength I see in you that has shown me how I can be a better person because of you. I love you. And it's so true. She's really impacted my life and shaped my life in many ways. And this book is also dedicated to our beautiful spiritual family, the P's. The P's, I cannot imagine life without you. So that's the dedication of the book. Let's take just a couple of messages out of it, and then we're going to do our prayer time. And hopefully I can continue to talk. I've got some throat issues going on this morning. I believe it's just clearing the obstacles, clearing the thought that there is an obstacle. And I'd like to put myself in that prayer circle for a huge obstacle that came up to completely be out of my way so that I can continue doing what I do. That's beautiful, Auntie Jean. Your books come on Thursday. And Brandy says, I believe we will be moving into the house we found on March 1st, manifesting the heck out of it. There you go. And Charlie wants page 67. Good morning, Charlie. It's a new book. It's hard to turn the pages. All right, page 67. I don't know which one to read. I'm asking the angels. I think it's this one because it's a continuation of what the angels want us to understand. You are capable of achieving more than you've ever imagined. But first, you must believe that you can. Belief is not something that magically appears, it's cultivated. It grows with every step you take, with every decision to move forward, despite the fear, and with every time you choose to see the good in yourself and in the world around you. That self-awareness, self-belief, knowing that you're worthy to achieve what it is you want to achieve, that is huge. So thank you, Charlie, for picking this one that went right along with all the others. All right, Jean says page 6, message 3. So let me go to page 6 and see if there is a message 3. Some of these are kind of long, so like on page 18, that was the only message on there. We would say to all of you on the planet, find a way to communicate without attack, to listen without judgment, and then set your priorities such that if you go into battle, you are aware of all the consequences. Your world has always been full of contrast. It is through some of those dark moments that you have learned your biggest lessons. Perhaps you can learn the lesson at this point in your Earth history without destroying each other. Oh, thank you, Auntie Jean. Boy, did we need that one, didn't we? When we listen, don't just start thinking about what you're going to say in response. Don't try to formulate a comeback or an answer to whatever that person is trying to share, especially when they're sharing from their heart. But really listen to each other, listen to those who are crying out for help, and really hear what they're saying, not what you think you can contribute to the conversation. That's not the point at all. If someone's sharing something with you, then your job is to listen. And then if you have something that would contribute, not advice or judgment or any of that, but if you have something, if you're led to say something, then definitely say something. But don't just listen in to see what you're going to say. Listen to what they are saying. It's so important. Okay. So we're still clearing, I see. And Brandy's asking for page 23 for our Tony de la Rosa. And that is, don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Challenge yourself and open your mind to new possibilities and a new way to view what is happening. When you trust that there is a divine plan at play, it's easier to accept the changes you observe, leave fear out of the equation, and fall back on your faith that things are working out in divine order. I think that is a perfect one for our Tony. as well as for many others of us. So thank you, Brandy, for choosing that. And the last one I'm going to do is page 14 for the group. Thank you, Sally and Tony. Page 14 says, the rain may blur your vision, but the sun is always waiting to break through the clouds. When the storm clears, you will stand on the other side, stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true self. Dear ones, the storms of life are not here to punish you, but to prepare you. They shape you into the person you were always meant to be. Oh, Sally, what a beautiful message for our group. I'm taking that for sure, because when we go through these challenges and the storms of life, the fires, as I like to call them, we're not always seeing the sun. We're not always seeing the other side of what it will be like once we get there, right? It's always this is so bad, the world's falling apart, the sky's falling down. But if we just remain calm, if we just hold that knowledge that the sun is there, even when it's obscured by clouds, then we know that we're going to get through whatever that storm is. So take that to heart. I'm going to take it to heart. And yeah, it's just so beautiful that we can share our stories as far as our outcome. We don't have to dwell on all the details of what that looks like for us to go through something, but let's celebrate that outcome and celebrate before you even have the outcome. Celebrate while you're still going through the challenge. I am. I'm celebrating that even though something is not working out the way that I envisioned it to keep moving forward on the Peace on Earth tour, I know that the universe wants me doing this, and so I have faith that everything is working perfectly. It is prayer time. I mentioned earlier Ben, and I would like to keep mentioning Ben and having us pray for him. Uh, this is a friend who's very near and dear to my heart out in Colorado. And the Ben is very young. He's a young man. And yeah, it was a very horrible incident that happened. And we're going to see Ben strong and healthy and envision the outcome of him getting out of the hospital and walking and functioning perfectly. So we have our Deirdre starting out with our prayers for all humans, Gaia, and all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, support for all families living with addiction, and prayers for our country of the USA. Thank you for that, Deirdre. And I'm so happy Sally's here to give us our prayers for the lost, the lonely, the forgotten, the unloved, for our homeless, for those living in fear of another, and for Tony's health to make a turnaround. Absolutely. All right, so any other prayers? Brandy offered one. Prayers for all touched by suicide, addiction, and dementia. Thank you for that, Brandy. Okay, if there's any others that you want to place here in the prayers, just type that in. If there's people in your life that are traveling, then we like to cover them with a travel prayer of protection. Uh, Thank you, Brandy, and I appreciate any who will send up a prayer and a message of hope and inspiration for our Ben. I want to remember those who are deployed in the military right now, and I know Sally and Tony have a grandson, Ben, that's off in the military, so we'll keep him in our heart. Our Suzanne has a son-in-law that's been deployed, so we want to make sure we keep him in our heart. And prayers for our fur babies, our Dolly, Gizmo, Pocky, all of those who may be a little under the weather right now, praying for our outside animals. We have some beautiful weather going on here where I'm at in Tennessee, but I know in places it's still down to the zero. So praying for them. Thank you, Blue. Prayers for Ashley and her daughter, Ari. And now I understand that their COVID has entered that picture. So lifting her up for complete healing. Thank you, Julie Kiss. Prayers for all in need. And Pat Moss, prayers for me at the dentist tomorrow, an hour holding my mouth in one position. Yeah, that's my fear too, Pat, because I broke a tooth, you guys, and it's very painful. So I've just been putting off getting it taken care of, and it's not something that's easy to live with. All right, so let's go into our hearts. Let's lift up all those in need of having their challenge happen with ease and grace. Those who need to have the physical body come into agreement and alignment that it's working perfectly. Praying for the cells inside our bodies to receive the love that we're sending forth to it. And prayers for Joanne's grandson, Eris, who has the flu right now. There's lots of flu going around, so anyone who's being hit by that, and Eris is so tiny, so praying that his little body will fight this off. All right, so go into your heart with the breath. Just breathe in deeply, fully, and watch it travel to your heart center. And then as we hold these prayers in our heart, let's just cover them with love. Let that breath just wrap a beautiful blanket around each one, a blanket of love, a blanket of hope, a blanket that says, I appreciate you. I love you. I want the very best for you. Will you accept the love? Will you allow your cells to open to the healing love coming their way? And now release out anything unlike love and light. And we're going to draw another breath in, and this time just visualize all of us standing together in a circle, and we're all breathing at the same time. We're breathing in that divine love that's right in the midst of all of us. And doesn't it feel divine when it enters into our heart? The warmth of it is amazing. Let it flow all through you, touching every heart center, every chakra in your body, going up to the throat, clearing, cleansing, going up to the crown, opening that energy field to possibility, to potential. And then release. And we're going to breathe in again together as a group, starting in the heart. Breathe it into your heart center, where you're holding all those prayers, all those names. And then watch that breath go down to the solar plexus, the sacral, the root, and entering into the earth center, very core of Mama Gaia. And we're going to ground our energy in there and carry all those prayer requests with us as we ground into the earth, centering and balancing, bringing everything into alignment. And see those that you are holding in your heart as aligned. See them as perfect, their perfect blueprint, that original blueprint that we came here with as unconditional love. Beautiful. And now let's release. We release all of these prayers. We put them into the earth, and we put them into the hands of the Creator. asking that each prayer be seen, felt, heard, acknowledged, and answered for the best and highest good of all. And we all say together, Amen. And so it is. And now, while we're still in that circle, let's love on each other. Give a squeeze to the person next to you. If you're holding a hand, just squeeze the hand and say, thank you. I love you.
Morning flings. It's time to get up and get ready because today's the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go,
Come on, come on.
it's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it. One on the peaceful peace, on our mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead wherever we may be. We create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels, and the masters.
There's our Andrea.
Into a new
Sweetie.
dimension. Morning cup of full of joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup of full of joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup of full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup full of joy, give me a cup full of, give me a cup full of joy, give me a cup full of. Cup full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. Here, the coffee's always hot and the trust is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's a new day, we all part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot and get the day started. Morning cup full of joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy, every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup
Full of joy. Okay, do you remember the AAA dance? Here is the secret. Simply accept, align, allow. AAA, y'all.
Morning cup full of joy, every day. To start the day on the high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup full of joy, every day. To start the day on the high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning cup full of joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
That's full of joy. We got waggle butts going on this morning. Oh, Blue, I'm so happy to hear that. Hopefully Pocket is feeling a lot better. I love you, Pocket. Woo! Thank you, Peas. I love you so, so, so much. Stay in your heart. That's where the love is. That's where the blessings are. And we all helped Leo at the end of that song with some woos. Woo with a triple A. I love that. I will see you all back here tomorrow. Can't believe tomorrow is hump day already. This week is flying by. Pray that this next book, the Midnight Calls book, is going to happen with ease and grace. I have all the pieces and parts now, and we'll be getting that to the printer ASAP and see what happens from there. And Magi is a happy dog. So we'll leave with that going on there in the background with tail wags. Say goodbye, Magi. Woof. Say goodbye. You gonna say goodbye? Yeah, she's ready. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.